Hello, my name is Anita Belfiore and my major is in early childhood education. My personal experience led me want to become a teacher is when I was at elementary school. I had a teacher who's very knowledgeable and very patient and caring, and she knows how to deliver and gives instruction to her student until her student get a clear information about the lesson. It just gave me positive encouragement. When I was a kid, I want to become a teacher when I'm grow up, because become a teacher, it just can change the world of one child like me. My goals of early childhood education is to support development and learning of my student by constructing and creating a learning environment which is in daily basis my students will be have activity with the learning and hands-on 1 to 2 hours per day inside the classroom in the learning center, outside or inside the school in the backyard, or anywhere around the classroom. The other goals of my early childhood education is to offering variation of learning, of format learning, which is all the lesson is must be integrated to the subject matter lesson such as math, language art, physical education, art, or social studies. And I will show you the video about how is important it is important students learning by doing. It's from the learning community. It is talking about the important for students to have hands-on activity.
Today, young school children are expected to act more and more like adults. Even in kindergarten, they sit at desks, fill out worksheets, and take tests. Some believe this approach makes our kids smarter, but research shows otherwise. Children under age 8 learn best by doing, by touching, experimenting, and playing with the things around them. This is the idea behind developmentally appropriate education, an approach that focuses on the natural way young children learn. Play is essential to a developmentally appropriate classroom. When children play, they learn from their peers as well as from their teachers. They take risks, design their own tasks, and take more responsibility for what they learn. And surprisingly, play does not create havoc in the classroom. It actually keeps students on track by keeping them interested. If your child is about to enter school for the first time, you may want to start with a developmentally appropriate classroom. Classrooms should be divided into activity areas. The teacher circulates among different groups when children are busy.
So, when children learning at the learning centers, they're not just sitting down and listening to their teacher, but they practice their critical thinking, they practice to make decision, and is build their self-esteem, because at the end of the project they will proud to themselves of their creation from their project.
Because I believe children learn and develop first by doing and exploring. So as a teacher, I need to provide what students' interest to learn in many different ways. I am a mother of 3 younger children, and I practice this learning by doing method to them since they were young. Example, when my children want to make their favorite chocolate chips cookies.
So when my children make chocolate chip cookies, actually they learn so many skills like fine and gross motor development for the youngest one, because they try to crack the eggs and put the eggs on the bowl, or try to measuring the flour to mix that together on the mixer bowl. And for them to learn about the art when they try to create the chocolate chip cookie in any shape they want, and at the end is build the self-esteem, especially for the youngest one, because they believe to themselves, they believe they can make chocolate chip cookies. The second belief, how children learn and develop, is when the teacher has variety of teaching the subject lesson to their students, such as when they learn a math lesson, they can using different kind of material, or when they learn social studies, the teacher can challenge the student to doing the different play for doing the social study activity. So all the subject matter lesson, we just need to meet the student interest and ability, and put it together in the lesson plan.
Example, today students learn about alphabet. Teacher can create 2 lesson plans to teach about alphabet using materials from the school backyard, or use cereals, food coloring, and toothpicks. The classroom must have 4 to 6 learning centers around the room.
Teacher can change the learning centers every 1 or 2 months based on the student interests, and the students still have their individual desks or table who easily can be maneuvered or put together as the long table if they want to work as a group, or they will use it as a project table.
Our classroom must have different and couple shelves to storage the different materials for learning.
The materials they will put, or the teachers or the classroom will put on the storage, such as books and stationery, and raw materials like sands, rocks or branch, or even sugar, and like the hard materials like blocks or puzzles.
The classroom needs to have wall and ceiling to display all children's work from the school.
One thing teacher need to put in consideration when they create curriculum, the curriculum should be a child-centered curriculum, which is all the materials, activities, and the environment should meet the children need, interesting, and their ability. So child-centered curriculum is the best approach the teacher can apply and implement on their classroom. And the other thing about the curriculum is the all school standard and state curriculum should cooperate or add it to the hands-on or learning center activity. Teaching strategies teacher can use inside their classroom is when teacher can add or create challenge on their lesson plans or hands-on activity, and when teacher are knowledgeable of what children say or do. Here is an example when teacher create hands-on activity, instead of they create fall pumpkin and leaves in the fall season, they can create a map of United States which finds similar states in like in Ohio with the same temperature. And when teacher are knowledgeable of children says or do, answer the question on when they're doing activity. Teacher can give positive reinforcement or positive feedback, such as if the students with names John, teacher can always says you have a good performance with your creativity of great map of the United States of America. The assessment strategies teacher can use inside the classroom, it must be valid and reliable, and it must be integrated with the standard curriculum. While students doing the hands-on activity inside the classroom, or while they're doing or creating a project, teacher can have a question and answer activity and try to find or observe the students' knowledge of their project or the lesson based on their response or their answers. The teacher can be guardians for the students with to promote the self-regulation and promote the task orientation, so the teacher can teach the children how to focus on their projects and how to pay attention what the self-learning they do, and the teacher can be guide them to develop their social skills between their classmates, and their help them to resolve the disagreement among their classmates, or try to negotiate and talk to each other and try to helping each other by doing the hands-on activity together.
Teachers foster a learning environment with a learning centers, a place for a storage and a display. Teachers use a variety of instructional strategies and creating or adding challenge.
Conclusion: in order for teacher to reach the goal, enhance development and learning, teacher should be active to promote an open-wide creativity so children can have a chance and opportunity to build their critical thinking and develop their self-learning to help them for the next school year's experience.